Hello, you screwheads and retards. Welcome to my show. This is called News of the Day, and that's when I take news stories that are running through the media cycle and I put a biblical slant on them. Or I try to, anyway. Sometimes I succeed, sometimes I fail. Anyway, first story. The American military is having a tough time finding new recruits. And I guess the numbers are dwindling. That seemed to be what the story implied. I'm going to tell you something. I don't blame the young people for not joining the military. I wouldn't join it. I don't know. This country's not the same as it used to be. I don't think I'd die for this country. Maybe I never would have, but I definitely wouldn't die for it now. You go back to some of the post World War II skirmishes we've been in and wars and whatnot, and they're just a bunch of crap. You got like Vietnam, all those young boys getting killed for what? We still don't know. They used to say, you got to fight them there, or they'll come over here and take over. And I've never met a Vietnamese person who came here with the intent of taking over. It was just a big scam, big scam to make money for the guys who produce bullets and bombs and guns and airplanes and yada, yada, yada. Bunch of garbage. Same way with these wars with, Afghanistan, Iraq. We go into Iraq, the guy didn't even have massive weapons of mass destruction. We just went in there and it was all under a big lie, and lots of people died, and for what? For nothing. This isn't a slam against kids in the military. Nothing like that at all. This is a slam against the people in power who fabricate these stories in the media. They fabricate these stories, get our blood boiling, and then send our kids off to get their gonads shot off. And it's not, I don't believe in it. Not in today's day and age. Not for this country. Then, I was going to say that my oldest son, who's currently in America, he's going to graduate from college in January, about time. And he's talking about how he wants to be a Air Force officer. I said to him, son, don't do it. Please do not do it. Go get a job as an assistant manager at the Waffle House. And in 10 years' time, you'll be running the company. Do not join the Air Force as an officer or as anything. What are you fighting for? Well, our new war now is, when you think about it, it's a proxy war in Ukraine. What are we fighting for? For the right for kids to chop off their pricks and become women? Is that what we're fighting for? So that Tatiana can have the right to her 5th abortion? What are we fighting for? What's the upside for us? I don't see any upside except globalism, right? Take down the old dictators so we can have a global empire and replace the old dictators with new dictators. Wine-swilling progressives who enjoy caviar and the finer things in life, while we'll all be stuck eating insects and taking the bus. No, thank you. Not for me. And putting a biblical slant on it, I would say this. Well, before I put a biblical slant on it, I just want to let you people know I'm not partisan in any way. I believe Trump was a decent president. He could get the job done. But I wouldn't die for Trump either. I look at all these people from January 6th, and they're sitting there rotting in Washington, D.C. in a jail cell. Some of them are literally in solitary confinement, have been in solitary confinement for months and years. Solitary confinement. For what? So Donald can make it with porn stars and have a trophy wife, and send his kids to the finest colleges. And don't get me wrong, I like Donald. I ain't gonna die for him. It's plain and simple. So here's my biblical slant. You got to be careful what you're willing to die for. If it's ungodly, why bother, right? If it's of God, then yeah, then you have to be willing to lay your life on the line. But it's not of God. It's a waste of your blood. It's a waste of your energy. And I don't see any of the clowns in Washington, D.C., including Donald Trump, whom I think did a good job as being worthy for that type of sacrifice. So to that story, I'd say this: good. I'm glad they're not joining. I'm glad. Maybe they're not as dumb as they look. Some of those kids look completely stupid, but maybe they're not nearly as dumb as they look. Second story. It's about Trump. He's complaining about Fox News. He's saying it's time for them to get rid of Paul Ryan. I don't know if you guys know Paul Ryan. You seem like educated folks, at least the ones who've... I haven't gotten a ton of hits. I've got about 1,500 and maybe 20 comments. You seem like you're reasonably intelligent, the ones who wrote to me. But I'll say this. Paul Ryan is the guy who got defeated. Him and Mitt Romney in 2012 by Obama and Joe Biden. And not only did Paul Ryan get defeated, he also got spanked in a debate by Joe Biden. That's before Biden's head just went completely bonkers, right? I mean, Biden took him to school in that debate. I'm not a huge fan of Paul Ryan. He's just another neocon. He's all into this open border. He's a money guy. He's a friend to the elite, and this idea of letting people in for cheap labor, boy, Paul Ryan loves that. Now, Fox News is one of those places where it seems to be at loggerheads within their staff, in a sense that a lot of them are anti-Trump. Not just Paul Ryan. You have fat boy Neil Cavuto. He hates Trump. The blonde-headed girl, Sarah Smith, is that her name? The one, she's got the cat eyes and she's got blonde hair. Sandra Smith, I think her name is. Arthel Neville hates Trump. Steve Ducey, the one in Fox and Friends in the Morning, he's always trying to get rid of Trump. A lot of them, even this Brian Kilmeade kept pushing Nikki Haley. There's a lot of them who are not fans of Trump. Trump really doesn't have many supporters in the media. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm hoping he'll win. And our last story. Story 3. I'm up to 8:37. I don't want to go over 10 minutes. Roger Stone, the one that the FBI dragged him out in his underwear several years ago. CNN was there, FBI had to give him a call. Hey, we're going to get this elderly guy and we're going to drag him out of the house in his underwear. Bring your cameras. And he is saying that Biden will have to be replaced. And he's guessing it's going to be Michelle Obama. That's the way I'm thinking too, because you can't have it anymore. We can all see the condition that old guy's in. Will it be Michelle Obama? That's the question. I don't know. I don't know if she wants the job. We might start digging into her past and finding out she's not actually a woman. Maybe she doesn't want the scrutiny. I think the best thing the Democrats could do, if I were a Democratic operative, and I'm not, I'm just some idiot sitting here in Asia in his room talking to a camera. But if I were a Democratic high up, I say, look, let's get rid of the old goat. We put Camelot in there. her chances of winning and losing are about the same as the geezer. And we just suffer through it and see what happens. You know, that's what I would do. Anyway, that's all my time. It's all gone. Where does all the time go? I will say this before I go. Listen up. If you like this, press like. If you want to subscribe, press subscribe. Before I go, I just want to tell you all that I hope you have a great day. God bless you. I mean that sincerely. Blessings to all of you. Goodbye.